How's it going, folks? We are talking to my man Ragav, who had just landed a product manager role over there at Disney in LA. Is that right?
Yeah,
This
Disney.
would, yeah, this would make you the third person in LA that we have help break into Disney. Yo, this market's been absolutely crazy. When I was having lunch, like Meta just announced they're cutting another 8,000 people this week. Uh, I know, man. It's markets out there. It's just blood red. Congratulations for making it out of the Squid Games.
It just
How's-
seems every day there's just new news of layoffs. Just crazy market out there.
like, guys out there just operating without a conscience right now, man.
Yeah.
How does it feel to know you're out of the Squid Games, yo?
Well, it feels like a big relief, a big rock taken off your chest, honestly speaking. Um, it's really unpredictable what the market is like out there. I mean, just some background on myself. Before I joined Product Gym, I had quite a bit of experience. I worked in American Honda as a product manager, and after that,
Torrance, right?
um,
Out there in Torrance?
Torrance. Yeah, correct. You got it.
Yeah.
So, I already had experience working in digital products, with cross-functional team environments, but I really wanted to become more intentional about positioning myself as a product manager in a very competitive market. And that's kind of what attracted me in the first place to your program. And what I felt is like the practical execution focused methodology that you guys have. I think that really helps compared to some of the other options that are out there, like other boot camps, like product school, what they have to offer. A lot of that I find is just like theoretical stuff. So I really like the community aspect that Park Gym had to offer. All the interview prep tips, and I'm just telling you things that were from the first time that I joined Product Gym, which was really around the COVID era, COVID time. The focus on real world PM skills that we learn, and then more recently in this session of Product Gym, I learned a lot more about AI tools and skills, and just having like some structure, defined structure, because AI is such a new sort of technology. There's like a new tool that's being dropped like every week. So it seems like very overwhelming for people at first, before you actually start getting a hang. And I noticed initially when I started watching some of your content from yourself and from Duru and some of the other great instructors at Product Gym, it really helped me develop this focus, which I found was great to get started and just get your hands dirty, and which I think is really important in getting involved with AI.
Did you take the program at product school as well?
I did not, but
Okay.
when I was out there looking for boot camps, I was comparing, and I got a really good sense from all the folks that I talked to in Product Gym. So that's the reason why I decided to go take this avenue in the first
Got
place.
it. What do you think, like, how many interviews did you do for this past round, this past transition?
So I would say all in all, probably around 20, 30 interviews.
That's brutal, man. What do you find to be obviously, um, is Honda still in Torrance? Like I
It
or did
is.
yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It's crazy because I interned in the neighborhood when I went to Loyola Marymount University. So
Right.
I would drive down, I'd get off the 405 and like hit Western and everything.
Okay.
Um, like they used to have like Toyota and everything there. I mean,
Yeah,
how much
Nissan, Toyota, they're all
right,
there.
right.
Yeah.
All the Japanese like all the Japanese manufacturing pretty much.
Yeah.
Like in your opinion, how much has product management changed during that time? And like what has been those changes?
I would say it's changed quite drastically. So I mean, so if we talk specifically about my days at Honda, like I started off in a business analyst role, which was a lot of requirements gathering, more of like a, kind of like your typical note taker, just,
Right, right, right.
you're just taking requirements, handing them off to developers for development more, and they were following more of a waterfall sort of process. But then it kind of gradually evolved into more product, where they're using like Scrum, Agile, and so I evolved into a product owner, and then I became a product manager. I actually, even in my last couple of years at Honda, I did a an AI search engine product there, product launch. So I would say it's evolved quite drastically. Now, what we're seeing is a lot of companies want to get into AI, and depending on the industry, depending on how fast paced they are in the technology, like the adoption, it's like there's a huge spectrum of difference, I would say, in the adoption of AI technology. But like, having said that, one thing I found that Product Gym really helped with is to develop like a core muscle, a core skill in AI that can be kind of used in any industry, any technology company. And what I saw, just through my experience interviewing, is that a lot of times the companies, they're not at a stage where they're very heavily involved in AI just yet, but they want to see the excitement and the interest what candidates bring, right? And that's one thing that I found, that just doing the learning new skills tools in Product Gym really allowed me to hone in and kind of see like what the new skills are in AI, how they could be leveraged in these specific companies. And also one other thing I would say is just like, going back to the question you asked me, is how have things changed? Like, I could think about my role just in Honda, and then the one that I had after that. It was a digital marketing, a martech company called Enzira. I was working there for 4 years, and just how I could apply these new skills that I've learned in like agentic AI, or if we talk about like vibe coding, how these could be applied in that specific role, even though I wasn't using it at the time, but how I could have possibly used it, which I think is also a really awesome way to kind of think about, like, when you're talking to people and just getting excited about the new technologies that are out there, how they can be used in your daily work for efficiency.
You're absolutely right. A lot of companies actually don't have very clear use cases for AI. There's a lot of hype around it, but it's one thing they think theoretically like it could add a lot of value to the workforce, but it's completely another when you're talking about the day-to-day product management responsibilities. What would we actually use these tools for? It's
Yeah.
very unclear. So you have essentially like a lot of people that's already on the team right now not knowing what's like, okay, so what are we supposed to do with 11 labs, or what are we supposed to do with Replit, right? Um, all the while, though, I think it's also kind of sad. It's really savage that they're secretly trying to figure out how to just wipe teams out, and they don't.
Yeah.
I think it's tremendously short-sighted because they're not weighing all the consequences. But like they feel overall, we're gonna get rid of these people first, and then we'll think about long-term wise. And like, no, you still can't do it without human beings just yet. Um, what's the
Pretty
biggest?
scary. Like, there's a lot of fear mongering out there. If you just like kind of listen to the news, like CNN or Fox News or something, it looks like companies are just laying off people, and there's this all this talk about you're going to be replaced by AI. But over time I've just kind of come to understand that I don't think we're gonna actually, specifically product management, I don't think is going to be replaced by AI per se. But like, yeah, you definitely could be replaced by someone that knows AI, right? So that's why it's all the more important to learn the skills and just continue to develop, and be aware of what's going on in the industry, which is why I think Product Gym is just really great, because we have so many members that are in the same boat across the country. So you can see in different markets what's going on, what their experiences are like, and then at the same time, like, what kind of new tools are coming, what new technologies are out there that we can learn, and get to experiment with. So I think that's a great part of being part of this program, for sure.
Yo, man, any final words for anybody still kind of hesitant about pulling the trigger or like they feel like I personally, I mean, considering the amount of jobs that we're getting out there in the marketplace right now is like I feel like that there's been the role has changed a lot, but I still feel like the need of a very good problem solver, executioner, uh, a stakeholder slash expectation manager is still right now in the market that's fast paced has been more relevant than ever. So what would you say about people that it's either think like hesitant about making the transition or hesitant about joining the program?
Yeah, I would say that honestly, it's just tough right now. So, like, really having the structure is going to help you out. Like, it's really hard, easy to kind of get wrapped into like all the bad news and be bogged down by like, okay, I'm sending like all these applications, I'm not getting anywhere. It's really easy to get demotivated and lose heart. But like I would say, if you just kind of stay the course, just keep on learning new skills in AI, and just keep the application volume up. That those are all things that helped quite a bit, I would say. And then just having this community there for support. People that understand the process, they've already been through it. You've seen the success stories. All that is just going to help to keep you pumped and motivated to land that offer, which it's on the way. That's the way you got to think about it. That if other people can do it, you can do it too, right? So yeah,
Man, Raghav, thank you so much for making time for this, man. We really appreciate it out here.
absolutely,
And
absolutely. I appreciate everything you guys have done, Rich, for sure. It's like twice now that I've landed a product role through you guys, so really appreciate it. And yeah, it's amazing. It's been amazing.
well, the next step in the journey now is I don't know if you've been seeing the emails, but making sure that you guys are all part of the Claude Partner Network.
Yep,
Yeah, that is going to be the next frontier because if companies do not feel like they owe any sense of loyalty to talent, then talent also needs to go and carve up additional income streams for themselves, which I
for
feel
sure.
like is a time right now of amazing opportunity to do that. So thank you so
No
much.
doubt. Yep. Thank you so much, Rich. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
All right.